because racist white America cannot stand to see a black man really free, full of the power of God, with a creative mind at work, with a helpmeet by his side, working to develop creative ideas for the advancement of his family and his people.
Imagine waking up tomorrow and every black and brown person in America is just gone. No warning, no explanation, just poof, gone. The workforce, the culture, the communities, the contributions, just all erased overnight. What would happen to America? Would it thrive, like some racists claim? Or would it collapse under its own weight? Let's talk about it. Black and brown workers make up nearly half of America's essential workforce. Nurses, teachers, farm workers, truck drivers, construction workers, delivery drivers, just gone. The $3 trillion that black and brown consumers contribute to the economy vanished. Small businesses, over 30% of them are minority owned. That means empty storefronts, lost jobs, and neighborhoods turned into ghost towns. We know for a fact that the U.S. relies on immigrant labor and historically oppressed communities to do the work that it doesn't want to acknowledge. Without black and brown people, who's going to keep things running? Who's going to make America cool? Let's be real. American culture is black and brown culture. Hip-hop, gone. Latin music, gone. Fashion, slang, food, art, all gone. The NBA, the NFL, boxing, decimated. No more Serena Williams, no more Patrick Mahomes. No more Jalen Hurts. No more LeBron, no more Messi. No more Usain Bolt. You're watching a golf tournament in silence now. Black culture alone generates billions for corporations, but those same corporations fight against black empowerment. Imagine them trying to profit off America, but they have nothing but bland corporate branding and country music. But we created that too. 1 in 5 doctors, 1 in 4 nurses, 1 in 3 home health aides are black or brown. Who's going to take care of America's aging population? The agricultural industry. Most farm workers are Latino. That means no fresh fruits and vegetables. Fast food, meatpacking, warehouses, sanitation. Heavily dependent on black and brown labor. But if they're gone, those industries, they shut down overnight. The same people that America underpays and disrespects are the ones keeping it alive. 40% of the U.S. military is made up of minorities. Without them, America's global power weakens instantly. Law enforcement? Black and Latino officers make up 30% of the police force. Who's going to patrol the communities? America would no longer be a superpower. Because trust me, the rest of the world is watching. America needs the very same people that it mistreats. The U.S. relies on immigrant workers and young black and brown folks to fund programs like Social Security and Medicare. Without them, there aren't enough taxpayers left to support the system. Retirement funds? Drained. White America will realize too late that the same people they spent decades trying to suppress are actually the backbones of this country. America's entire financial system depends on people of color, but it refuses to invest in them. Who's left to blame after we're gone? Without black and brown people, who's going to be the new problem? Can't blame crime on inner cities. Can't complain about taking our jobs. Can't scapegoat immigrants anymore. So who's the new target? Because history shows that when oppressed people disappear, the powerful just find a new enemy. The reality is black and brown people built this country, fund this country, and maintain this country. America doesn't function without its most exploited and underappreciated people. The real question isn't what happens if we leave. The real question is, why is America so dependent on people that it refuses to respect? The fact is, America doesn't deserve black and brown people. But without us, it doesn't exist.
Now, after every single thing that Black Americans have actually been through, after all the invention, creation, and every other stuff, and at the end of the day, they are not really enjoying the fruit of their labor, do you think that this is the right time for Black Americans to just keep quiet and not say anything? Why I'm saying this is because I actually saw some videos where some persons will like go to Black Americans comment section to be like, why are you always talking about this? If you're tired of US, leave automatically, even if you are a US citizen. So, and when I check, I ask myself question, why do I keep quiet? Why do you want me to be silent when it is time for me to speak? You understand what I'm trying to say? A lot has actually been going on, and that is why I'm bringing this video so that we can actually be educated. American will not be American without the black and brown people. It is pure, it has been seen, it has been, I don't even know how to like put it right. Anyways, welcome back again to my channel. It's Sonia and I'm back again with another mind-blowing video. Hi guys, doing? Hope you guys are fine. Hope you guys are good. If it's the first time seeing, do subscribe, like this video, drop in your comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. And yes, this video is just for educational purpose so that we both can learn from each other. Okay. Every videos and stitches I used in this video credit belongs to original creators of those videos. And yes, let's go in direct into this video and then I'll be back with commentaries.
Black people are saving America by sitting out. The minute black people join out in the streets en masse, they will enact the Insurrection Act. We will be under martial law. As long as the people who are in the street have lighter skin, they will receive more empathy from the public as they watch what's happening on the news. But if they see black people out in mass and clashing with the police, the people of America will side with Trump. They will give their freedom up willingly and allow for Trump to go into martial law. But if there is a white presenting Latino immigrant out there who presents white and speaks decent English and is screaming nigger at a black cop, the white viewing audience in America will have sympathy for that white presenting protester. And therefore, Trump will have to go through more steps to get the public to accept him calling for martial law because of these mostly peaceful protests. But again, the minute black people show up en masse, that sympathy from the public will be gone. The public will then shift and say it's law and order, support the blue. And they will go along with Trump enacting martial law. America will sign over their rights just so that they can see black people harmed. So by sitting out, we delay Trump declaring martial law for the whole of the United States. Black people, even by sitting out, we're saving your skin.
All right, let's finish what we started. Because a world without black and brown people, it wouldn't just be dull. It would be dysfunctional. Let me tell you how much we'd take with us. Let's start with transportation. No traffic lights. Garrett Morgan. No modern highways. Latino engineer Guillermo Gonzalez Camarena. He also helped bring color TV. Say goodbye to that too. No gas-powered cars. Mexican inventor Victor Ochoa. He helped design one of the first. I hope you like walking. And let's talk food because your plate, it just got real sad. No potatoes, tomatoes, chocolate, vanilla, corn. All from indigenous Latin America. No coffee. Ethiopians gave y'all that. No sugar or rice. South Asians and Middle Eastern traders, they made this global. And even the way that we cook and season food, African, indigenous, Caribbean, those cultural traditions, they help shape that. You're going to be eating bland and boiled everything. Now let's talk hygiene. The Moors, aka the Black Muslims from North Africa, they brought indoor plumbing, advanced sanitation, and soap to Europe when folks were still throwing waste into the streets. If we never existed, y'all would still be musty. Not opinion, just history. And if we're talking healthcare, just know that modern medicine wouldn't exist without black and brown people. Cataract surgery, Egypt. The first surgical instruments, India. Blood banks, Dr. Charles Drew. No advanced surgeries, no blood transfusions. If you get sick, good luck. And don't even think about electricity. The modern light bulb, it wouldn't exist without Lewis Latimer. Refrigeration, that was Frederick McKinley Jones. Now your food's rotting and your lights are out. And guess what? You're also bored out of your mind. Because there's no hip-hop, no jazz, no salsa, reggae, Bollywood, kung fu movies, and rock and roll. And guitars? Black Moors introduced stringed instruments to Europeans. The whole world just got a lot quieter. The concept of zero, algebra, advanced geometry, all trace back to African, Middle Eastern, and South Asian civilizations. Astronomy? Ancient indigenous and African societies. They mapped those stars before Europeans even knew what a planet was. Physics. The foundations of motion and engineering. They came from Arabic and African scholars, long before Newton showed up. Computers? You remember Guillermo Gonzalez Camarena? The color monitor. Poof. And here's the thing that stings. Y'all aren't surprised by any of this. You always knew. That's why you built entire economies off of stolen labor, stolen land, and stolen inventions. Thomas Edison gets credit for the light bulb, right? But Lewis Latimer made it work. Elvis Presley became the king of rock and roll by mimicking Black musicians. And when we did build our own wealth and communities, they were burned down. Tulsa, Rosewood, Wilmington. It'd be more than a country without culture and the relationships that you've built. No advanced medicine, no modern transportation, no working electricity, no technological advancements, no cultural influence, no innovation. What would be left if we took away everything that we gave you? Because from where I'm standing, not a damn thing.
This video is for all African people in America, all Black people in America. If you have immigrated to America, I'm speaking to my Caribbean Africans. I'm speaking to my continental Africans. I'm speaking to my South American Africans. You would not be here without the work of Black America. That's it. Black Americans, I'm speaking to my Africans in the South. I'm speaking to my Africans in the North. I'm speaking to my Africans on the West Coast and everywhere in between. You would not be here without the work of the people I mentioned before. We are all African. We need to stop the bickering. We are much more alike than we have ever been different. We don't hate each other. We have never hated each other. We just don't know one another. And you know why? Because while the white power structure was telling you that your people were nothing, they were telling us that Black America was just shooting and rapping. They were telling us that Haitian people were just voodoo and eating dirt. They were telling us that continental Africans were just bald-head kids running around in murky water. That Jamaican people are just weed, reggae, and dreads, and anybody else isn't important enough to be stereotyped. Listen, we are all African. Notice how everybody got a form of collard greens. Notice how everybody likes dancing. Notice how everybody likes music. Notice how everybody likes art. Notice how everybody likes jewelry. Notice how we gotta stop all of this bickering. Because while the white power structure is at war with all of us, you at war with the people who understand you the most. You on Instagram arguing about who got the best mac and cheese, while the white power structure is macking everything that we have from our continent and cheesing. I'm done. Peace out.
We already know that Americans have really contributed majorly. Like Black Americans have really contributed majorly in the life of American. Like we're not coming here to debate it. It is just fact. We've seen it. Even for those of us that are not Americans, we've seen like in different ways, it has been proven that Black Americans have really done well. But it will not be that bad that their credit is being given to them. That's just what me I'm standing for. Because why do we have all of these white people just going around making noise, getting what they're supposed to get? Why the Black people are still suffering? Anyways, let's continue. I'll be back with commentaries.
Let's talk about why it feels like Black America has no diasporic allies. White supremacy engineered a global system of racial management designated to create a permanent exploitable class, i.e. Black America. Its masterstroke was the diasporic division stratagem. What is the diasporic division stratagem? It is a deliberate and historical strategy employed by white supremacist systems to foster prejudice, distrust, and social friction between Black America and other members of the African diaspora. This stratagem is designed to prevent global Black solidarity by promoting harmful comparative narratives and weaponizing cultural differences, thereby ensuring that no unified coalition can effectively challenge the existing racial hierarchy. This was done by placating most of the African diaspora with conferred identities, while subjugating Black America to proximate alienation, a state of embedded exclusion meant to perpetuate captivity. This strategy ultimately backfired. By being forced to build the very system that oppressed us, Black America developed an unparalleled understanding of its mechanics, making us the key to eventually dismantling the entire system. Here is how the strategy works. The core of the diasporic division stratagem, or DDS, by granting certain forms of identity, white supremacy created a false sense of power and belonging that redirected energy away from revolutionary change. For example, in Latin America, they were granted a place in a racial caste system while still being oppressed, but this offered a defined hierarchical identity that fostered a sense of structure and belonging within a colonial system. In the Caribbean and in Africa, they were granted nation-state identities, flags, and independence. This created post-colonial nationalist identities, which created a powerful source of pride and a perceived win that focused on building the nation within the colonialized identities and borders rather than challenging the global system that created them altogether. The outcome is that these groups were given a container for their identities, i.e., nation states and caste systems. This placated them as the fight became about managing their own designated space rather than tearing down the entire structure. The other half of this is controlling Black America through proximate alienation. The U.S. model of racial management is uniquely brutal because it's a denial of any form of sovereign identity. Total alienation. Black Americans were given no ethnic designation, no land, no flag, and no nation state. Legally defined as non-citizens within the nation that we were building. Forced proximity. Unlike the colonies, Black people were enslaved and segregated within the dominant society, not on a distant plantation. This created proximate alienation, the state of being physically and culturally close to the center of power while being systemically excluded from it. The goal was to create a permanent, exploitable domestic class that could never coalesce into a threat because it lacked unified bonds of shared, recognized identity or homeland. The permanent slave class was meant to be a predictable, controlled engine of labor. However, this backfired. The strategy to keep Black Americans captive forever failed because it created the conditions for its own analysis. Proximate alienation forced an unparalleled education. We became the forbidden observers. Forced into a front row seat of whiteness, Black Americans became expert analysis of white culture, psychology, and the mechanisms of power. We had to learn it in order to survive. Also, the separate schooling during separate segregation. During segregation, Black-only schools became spaces where Black intellectual class could develop independently. We were taught the master's tools, right? Western curriculum, but from a critical, isolated perspective. Learning to adapt and repurpose the information for liberation. This produced a culture of profound innovation. Jazz, hip-hop, AAVE, and a tradition of radical critical thinking. From Du Bois, Black liberation movements like the Black Panther, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Because we were denied a past, we were forced to forge a future. So this is how DDS thrives, right? There is a subconscious hierarchy. Everyone subconsciously recognizes the hierarchy of identity, right? Groups with nation-state identities often view their identity as more valid or authentic than the synthetic, struggle-forged identity of Black Americans, right? This becomes weaponized division, right? Diasporic tensions build when Caribbeans and Africans view Black Americans as less cultured or the cause of the problem, right? Then they reject the umbrella term for global Blackness, preferring their national identities over our racial solidarity, right? Then turns into the internalized policing, focusing energy on policing who is Black enough instead of unifying against the common system of white supremacy. The ultimate goal, to ensure Black Americans have no allies, keeping the global diasporic divided, weak, and unable to form a legion necessary to challenge global white supremacy. All right. This makes Black America the key to global revolution. Unlike other groups, Black Americans were never bought off with a flag or a nation state identity. That means that our struggle has never been for a place within the system, but for a total transformation of the system itself. The condition of proximate alienation provides the most clear-eyed, uncompromised, and penetrating critique of the white supremacist system, because our understanding of it was forged with inside the belly of the beast. Global liberation requires recognizing DDS as a deliberate strategy and uniting under shared identity, not based on colonial containers, but a shared goal of liberation. It requires the diaspora to listen to the unique understanding born from Black Americans' unparalleled position. Anyways, you guys, please like and share this. I have armed you guys with two powerful coin terms: DDS, diasporic division stratagem, and proximate alienation. If you guys want to learn more about this, please like, share, and subscribe as we dive deeper into these new topics that are going to be key to global liberation.
The Black British, Jamaicans, the Islanders as a whole, and the Africans, they're simply trying to understand us.
Certain people don't know where they're from. Americans. How do some of them motherfuckers be coming up to us English? Yeah? If we was to say to them, where you from? Like, I'm Black American, African American. Yeah, but where are you from? You're not just Black American. Like, I understand that that's part of it. Like, if someone was to ask like, where I'm from, part of it is English. I was born here. I'm in my blood. But I also know where I'm from. Descendants. They don't know.
We're unique. We different, right? We stand out loud and proud. They trying to understand us. That's what this is.
Because it's slavery. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the slavery thing of it's hundreds of years ago, it's obviously down the bloodline, they don't know where they're from. So the families of generation to generation, it's South Carolina, it's Mississippi, whatnot, they may not know the African roots of it.
So this group of Black dudes, I believe they in England, the UK somewhere, they're sitting there talking about, of course, Black Americans. And of course, the subject of them asking us where we're from comes up. They're going back and forth and they're explaining to each other. And while I was sitting there trying to understand the dynamics of this conversation, something hit me. They're trying to figure this out. Black Americans are unique. We have a unique story and a unique history. They just don't know it. So it's confusing to them. That's what I'm getting, right? I've done plenty of videos about the diaspora wars, right? But watching these dudes sit there and talk back and forth, trying to figure it out, that's what I got from it. I got from it that these people are confused about us.
But like, I think the difference is that obviously you were born here, you have some English in you, but like your parents weren't born here. But a lot of the Black Americans,
my mom and dad were born here. My dad has white in him, which is why I'm cool.
Their grandparents, all of them were born in the West. 2 generations ago, it's a different country. For them, it'd be like 8 generations ago, it would still be in the same place. But I remember, I heard like an interview, like Lil Baby said he went to like a footballer's party, and then they come across all these international people, and they'd be like, where you from? You'd be like, from Atlanta. And people like, no, like, where you from? The guy's like, bro, Atlanta, bro, like, that's what I know.
That's what it is. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that they're just confused about us and they're trying to figure it out, right? So at the end of the conversation, they all admit that Black American culture is the most and strongest and most influential Black culture across the world.
You can also commend them for how much culture that they've done, which has influenced the whole world, bro. Stuff like hip hop, well, not even just stuff like that, but a whole bunch of things from the Black culture, which is very influential. Yo, let me say something. Black culture is influential, bro. We very, very influential.
You want shit, man?
A lot of people be biting the drip, or they want to try to bite the style or whatnot, and that's coming from all types of Black culture. Black Latino, Black Caribbean, Black African, African American, Black African American, even Black European as well.
One of these days, I believe that Black Americans will get the respect we deserve, but it's just gonna take one conversation at a time. And hey, we're Black American. We're not going nowhere. We're not leaving. We're not backing down from any battle. We're gonna be here, and we in this for the long run. So, you know.
Knowledge is power, and that is why we're actually bringing this. I keep saying it. Every videos I bring here, it is because I actually want us to learn from each other. See, Black people have suffered enough. Black people have gone through enough. When I mean Black people, I mean Black Americans, right? And it is not going to be bad if they are able to get the equal standard that the white community is getting. It's not going to be bad. That's just the honest truth. Anyways, I have some comments here that I want us to like talk about. And this one said, knowledge is power, Power to the people, exactly. And I love the fact that Black Americans are really coming out to speak out, right? Another Dorina said, "Thank you, girl. This means a lot. This means a lot that you are sharing this." Exactly. Another one said, "My son said you are the true history teacher." Exactly. Even me, I call this particular lady the true history teacher. I'm talking of Ashley, right? You can also go and support her channel, her TikTok handle. The Drizzy said, "JFC, I am 63 years old and have been lied to my entire life. I am so angry. Oh my God, I'm so enraged. Thank you. Don't stop sharing and educating us." Exactly. You can imagine a 63 years old woman saying that she has been lied to all through her life. And some persons will be coming to my comment section to be like, "Face your country. Do not talk about US." I'm going to talk about it because it is public. If it is not public, we'll not talk about it. Anything that is public, it simply means anybody can actually have their opinion. And this is me sharing my hopeful, thoughtful opinion. You understand? So do not come for me, okay? Another person said, "Very impressive. Thank you for your knowledge." Exactly. Another person said, "Wow, I'm really learning a lot that I did not." Thank you for it. That's why I keep saying it. Most of the content to share here, they're educational content because a lot of people are learning. And that is why we're bringing it. If they're not learning, what's the point of bringing content here? We need to educate. A lot of people don't even know their history. A lot of people don't even know where they come from. A lot of people don't even know where they're even heading to. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people are sad. A lot of people are like, it's just a whole lot for Black Americans right now. Anyways, let's continue. Elisha said, "I have always been grateful to be Black, but this point right here made me beyond honored to be Black. Lord, I thank you." Exactly. You know, can you see that people announcing reasons why being a Black person is beautiful? Because a lot of people feel like being a black person feel cheated. Being a Black person is not worth it. Being a Black person is either one annoying thing or the other. But when you see people split out histories, who bring out educational content that can actually help, it's helping a whole lot of people revive. And I've seen people personally in my comment section saying, "Oh, girl, thank you, keep it up. We are grateful and we are happy." You get that kind of thing. Not everybody will be able to carry camera to be bold to just put camera and then start filming videos. When you see people doing it, appreciate them. Another person said, "Please do a video on all of the thriving Black community that are burnt down and underwater. These deserve their own post. They deserve their own post. We only talk about TASA." Exactly. And that person said, "Yes, honey, educate. Continue to be the people in Black. We in the back can understand." Exactly. Thank you. Well said. Knowledge is power." And that person said, "This is Destiny. Careful now." And that person said, "This is why they want to erase our story to replace it with story." Okay, this is why they want to erase our story to. It cannot work. It cannot work because Black Americans people right now, the way I'm seeing it, they are not giving up anytime soon, right? This one say, "A person full of knowledge instead of hate. This is what the world needs. People like this lady." And I so much appreciate all of these people that are coming to share their thoughts. Okay. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Black will rise again no matter what. Black Americans will stand. Black Americans will thrive. If you believe it, say that in the comment section. Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. Thank you so much for always commenting support. And with no further ado, I do add like always in my videos. I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you. Mwah.